Good afternoon. I'll call to order the Public Utilities Commission meeting for Tuesday, December 26th, 2023. The first item on our agenda is our consent agenda. Is there any questions?
I'll make the motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes. Next item up is our report. Chris.
Yes, we have the Employee of the Month recognition, and Mike Fisher is the Employee of the Month for November. Mike works in the power plant as a maintenance worker. Mike has shown excellent leadership and mechanical skills during the recent overhaul of our number 4 boiler. Thanks to him, we were able to do many of the projects in-house and not send them out, which could have been costly and time-consuming. In many of the projects we do in the plant, Mike is always looking for the best value he can find, which almost always leads to cost savings for the PUC. So congratulations to Mike Fisher.
I'll offer the motion to recognize Mike Fisher as Employee of the Month for November 2023.
Second.
All right. Do we have a motion and a second? Is there any further discussion? If not, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you very much, Mike Fisher. On to new business. First item is mileage reimbursement rate for 2024.
Commissioners, this is an annual item. It's just bringing next year's mileage reimbursement in line with the IRS's. So it will go up 1.5 cents to 67 cents.
I'll make the motion to receive notice that the city/PUC's mileage reimbursement rate is increasing to 67 cents per mile effective January 1st, 2024, concurrent with the mileage rate set by the United States Internal Revenue Service.
I'll second that.
Okay. Again, a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. The next item up is some card access doors.
Yes, Commissioners. This is a smaller item, but I did want to bring it to your attention. It also is non-budgeted for 2023. But this is to add some additional card access to doors at the administration building. We had the individual from Precision Alarm come in, and we took a look at all of the remaining doors that we had. All of them were locked, but some of them needed keys to get in. Some had locks that we didn't necessarily need to use as a locked door. It could be just kind of a storage lock where you have outside access but maybe not inside access. And in the evaluation, we found that there was 3 additional doors that we wanted to put access coding on. So this quote is to do that. It's part of kind of a whole process of looking at what we can do down at the PUC for security.
I think that makes sense to realize if there's any open holes to cover them.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make the motion to authorize acceptance of the quote from Precision Alarm in the amount of $4,575 for the parts and final connection of the card access doors at the New Ulm Public Utilities Administration Building.
I'll second.
Okay, motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next item up is steam rates.
Good afternoon, President Fisher and Commissioners. We had talked at our special meeting just a week or so ago about increasing some of our utility rates. And so we're going to have 4 agenda items here reflecting that. So the first one is for the steam rates. And these steam rates are to be effective on February 1st. And the rates increases there, as you can see, are it's a 3% increase for industrial steam. So that rate would go from $11.11 per M-pound to $11.44.
All right, I'll make the motion offer the resolution to approve the new schedule of steam rates to be effective February 1st, 2024.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, we can call the roll.
Commissioner Finland?
Yes.
Commissioner Hillesheim?
Yes.
Commissioner Shaunis?
Yes.
Commissioner Williams?
Yes.
And Commissioner Visser?
Yes. Motion passes. Next up, we have the water rates adjustment.
Water rates are also scheduled to go up pending approval to be effective February 1st of 2024. And in this case, we are increasing meter charges, $3 per meter equivalent. And then the meter charges individually per the size of the meter are listed there for you.
I will offer the resolution to approve the new schedule of water rates to be effective February 1st, 2024.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, can we call the roll on that?
Commissioner Finland?
Yes.
Commissioner Hillesheim?
Yes.
Commissioner Shaunis?
Yes.
Commissioner Williams?
Yes.
And Commissioner Visser?
Yes. Last up for the rates is the electric rate, no, wastewater rate, sorry.
Wastewater rates, again, to be effective February 1, 2024. And the wastewater rates will be increasing $4 per customer charge. And then also the industrial rates of TSS will be increased 1 penny per pound of TSS and 27 cents per pound of phosphorus. And that will be going for TSS 23 cents to 24 cents and phosphorus $4.65 to $4.92 per pound.
I'll offer the resolution to approve the new schedule of wastewater rates to be effective February 1st, 2024.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, we'll call the roll.
Commissioner Finland?
Yes.
Commissioner Hillesheim?
Yes.
Commissioner Shaunis? Commissioner Williams?
Yes.
And Commissioner Visser?
Yes. Okay, next up is our electric rates.
Yep. Lastly, we have our electric rates also to be effective February 1 of 2024. The proposed increases will be $3.25 per electric meter charge. And then our electric service rate is scheduled to increase a half a penny for residential, small commercial, large commercial, municipal city, and municipal PUC service rates.
I'll make the motion to offer the resolution to approve the new schedule of electric rates to be effective February 1st, 2024.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on that? If not, we'll call the roll.
Finland? Yes. Commissioner Hillesheim?
Yes.
Commissioner Shaunis?
Yes.
Commissioner Williams?
Yes.
And Commissioner Visser?
Yes. All right, motion passes. Next item on the agenda is to adopt the 2024 budget for New Ulm Public Utilities. Chris?
Yes, Commissioners, this is the final budget for 2024. It includes all of the items that were discussed in the work session, as well as the rate increases that you just approved this evening. We have operating revenue of $50 million, $362,566. Operating expenses of $47,667,875, with a net operating income of $2,694,691. We have non-operating income of $1,666,353, with income before non-operating transfers of $4,361,044, with a net income of $5,047,652. We are projecting ending unrestricted cash of $25,359,220, and our budget reserves to target reserves will be at 86%. We have a debt service coverage of 7.19 times. So again, all of the changes are in there. This is just a final adoption of the budget.
I'll offer the resolution to adopt the 2024 budget for the New Ulm Public Utilities.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, call the roll.
Commissioner Fingland,
Yes.
Commissioner Hillesheim,
Yes.
Commissioner Shaunis.
Yes.
Commissioner Williams,
Yes.
and Commissioner Visser.
Yes. Next item is consulting services for systems integrator. Dan.
Yeah, this is for the wastewater and treatment facility. The current system that we're using is working on a Windows 11 operating system, but running Windows 7 virtually, so it's kind of convoluted on how we're getting here. The system was originally installed in 1998. It's had several upgrades since then, but we feel it's time to do some significant, if not wholesale, changes. And this is to look at both our current integrator and go out and look for other integrators to see who will provide the best value for a newer, updated system to the utility. And there's a list there of some of the different things they'll be doing with their proposal.
Just as a note as well, this was one of the items that was identified in our capital assessment plan that we did to upgrade the system.
I'll make the motion to authorize the city manager to accept the proposal from Bolton and Mank for consulting services to aid in the selection of a control system integrator in the amount of $24,200.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next item up is the wastewater treatment facility plan. Back to you, Dan.
Yeah, this was again identified in our infrastructure assessment. The presentation was 2 months ago, I think. Part of the facility plan was we did not budget enough in 23 or 24 for this, but it is the mechanism they use to look for other funding, like our USDA funding or all these other different, one of their first criteria is having a facility plan, showing that you have a plan going forward and you have looked at very specific projects for this funding. You'll notice that this one is a phase 1 facility plan. We're emphasizing on this one mechanical and electrical systems. It's all 50 years old, but I guess we have, as a staff and with Bolton and Inc., have decided to emphasize the things that we can fix quickly with some of the big ticket items pushed off till they get some of this legislative things like with PFAS and some of that settled. And again, you know, we've got blowers that are 50 years old, a lot of stuff, a lot of switch gears of concern. So that's why the first one you'll see is electrical needs, then some biosolids we're going to look into a little bit. And both the blower may be tied to solar or some other projects. So this is going to encompass a lot, but hopefully it helps us find some funding for the $115 million we have to come up with for the wastewater facility.
Do we know how many phases of this plan there will be long-term?
Currently, we're planning on 2.
Okay.
The structural and some of the primary and secondary clarifiers and that will be in the next one.
All right, I'll make the motion to authorize the city manager to accept the proposal from Bolton and Mank for the development of a phase 1 facility plan in the amount of $70,900.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on the? All right, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes. Last item on our agenda is our list of report of claims.
I'll offer the motion to accept the list of claims paid in the amount of $4,395,938.62.
Second.
A motion and a second on the report of claims. Is there any further discussion on that? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Is there any additional comments from the commissioners? No?
Nope.
If not, meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody.